The increasing cost of gasoline has many people asking, why? While you fill it up in exchange for shouting at the sky and paying $70. Many consumers worry that they may need a second mortgage to cover the skyrocketing cost of gasoline. The highest gas prices in history are having a significant impact on our ability to make ends meet. The average gasoline gallon price reached an all-time high of $5.01 on June 14, 2022, after a sustained ascent in which each new price continued breaking records. During the summer, prices fell below $4, but is it really a cause for celebration? Additionally, there is talk that prices may be rising again. So what do these unprecedented totals indicate? Compared to 2018, experts predict that the annual gasoline budget for the typical American household will increase by $2,000 this year. Don't simply throw away your car keys and start strolling yet. We've got some advice that should make it simpler for you to get gasoline. However, before we go into that, let's investigate the burning question on everyone's mind. In what way did the price of gasoline become so high recently? Inflation, the Russian-Ukraine war, crude oil costs, travel, and a lack of refineries are all plausible explanations. However, the age-old issue of why are gas prices so high cannot be answered briefly. The high cost of gasoline is due to a number of different variables. Let's break down what's happening here item by item. Number 1. Inflation. Let's begin with the dreaded I word. The insanely high inflation rate of 8.2% over the previous 12 months has greatly contributed to the rise in gas prices. The last time rates were this high was almost 40 years ago. In reality, gas prices have risen since they hit roughly $2.25 per gallon in December 2020. You may now confidently respond, well, really, that's not the full story, if someone tries to persuade you that the war between Russia and Ukraine is the main cause for high gas prices. Number 2. War between Russia and Ukraine. It should be clear that the gas price increase occurred before Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Of course, the conflict between Russia and Ukraine has added fuel to the fire. The average price of a gallon of ordinary gasoline hit a new high of $4.17 on March 8, 2022, surpassing the previous record set in 2008. The cost of gasoline increased by 11 cents overnight and by more than 50 cents in only 1 week. How insane is that? The same day, President Joe Biden issued an executive order cutting off all energy imports from Russia, including oil, natural gas, and coal. Really, what's the point? That's because Russia is one of the world's leading oil exporters. It's essentially a large gas station. Finally, on June 14, 2022, the price of a gallon of gasoline touched $5.01, capping off a wild ride of record highs. All summer long, gas prices gradually decreased from the record high and approached the $3 mark. Lately, though, they've begun to rise again. Number 3. Travel. After the peak driving seasons of summer and the winter holidays are over, gas prices typically drop. The truth of this statement remains unchanged regardless of external factors. These days, a gallon of gasoline will set you back roughly $4.10. As a result, some individuals will decide to stay closer to home for the holidays. Of course, others would gladly part with their cash in the belief that it is a small price to pay in order to help others enjoy the holiday season. Number 4. The cost of crude oil. Attempts to explain the high cost of gasoline extend well beyond that point. The rising cost of crude oil has a ripple effect on gas prices. As we've already said, Russia is a major oil supplier, and as a result of the conflict, the price of a barrel of oil rose to over $120. Now, a barrel of crude oil will set you back around $90. After OPEC declared it would reduce oil output in an effort to increase prices, it seems oil prices may be on the rise again. The OPEC plus Russia work to stabilize oil prices. They may unilaterally decide to hike prices by lowering output at any time. And the United States will have no more recourses left. We are in the middle of a geopolitical chessboard, and gas prices are one of the worst consequences. On average, the OPEC aims for the sweet spot where prices are profitable but not so high as to dampen demand. Number 5. Processing crude oil. High gas prices are partially attributable to oil refineries. It's bad enough to run out of gas, but it's much worse if you can't refine it properly. Until now, that has been our experience. When weather conditions are typical, refineries begin producing extra gasoline in the spring, resulting in a surplus by summer. Unfortunately, not this year. Inventory levels of natural gas have been at their lowest point. Also, let me add one more item to this. President Biden's main priority is weaning the nation from relying on gasoline-powered cars. He halted construction of the Keystone XL oil project soon after he assumed office. Since gas businesses anticipate being driven out of business by clean energy legislation, there's no incentive for them to invest much in constructing new refineries. To what extent has the government intervened to lower the cost of gasoline? The question is a valid one. Let's look at what the government has done and what it could do in the future. There has been some speculation that people may get payments to use against their gasoline costs. To offset the rising cost of gasoline, Democrats have proposed the Gas Reimbursement Act of 2022, which would provide a monthly rebate of $100, plus $100 for each dependent, to eligible households. So long as the national average gas price remains at $4 or more until 2022, payments will continue to be made until then. Keep in mind that nothing has been authorized just yet before you drive to the gas station on the taxpayer's dime. However, we do know that the government has distributed stimulus checks in the past, so that's something. Number 6. Oil stockpile for emergencies. In November 2021, President Biden ordered the release of 50 million barrels of oil from the United States Underground Strategic Petroleum Reserve. On the other hand, this accomplished nothing to reduce gas costs. By the end of March 2022, President Biden had declared that he would be draining the Strategic Petroleum Reserve at the pace of 1 million barrels per day for the following 6 months. While it was hoped that this would slow down the irrational increase in prices, it ended up having little impact. See, the price of gasoline is something you have no control over. If you want to cut costs at the pump, it's up to you to reorganize your finances. There's still hope for this. Although the current gas price situation is unpleasant, it is not yet time to give up hope. No matter how much we'd want to, we just cannot physically approach the gas station sign in order to reverse the outrageous price increases. Nonetheless, you still have options for dealing with the situation. Number 7. A worldwide crisis. Different national governments established gasoline prices in different ways. All across the globe, gas prices vary wildly. The cost to utilities of acquiring gas from domestic and international sources is the basis for the wholesale gas price. Depending on where it is most in demand, the price of natural gas may range from quite cheap to very expensive. Speculation and the anticipation of negative news can also drive up gas prices in global markets. The result can be higher gas costs for households and companies. For instance, the UK National Balancing Point is used to calculate the spot price of gas anywhere in the UK's national transmission system. This category includes imported gas from foreign nations, facilitating trade between buyers and sellers. Since European nations have entered the market for unsold LNG globally, the NBP must rise to compete with imports. The wholesale price, the energy provider's operational expenses, the cost of maintaining the gas network, and taxes like VAT and green levies are all included in a typical residential gas bill in the UK. What do you think are the main reason for gas prices rising so much? Tell us in the comments, leave a like, and subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.